First thing I do whenever I start a new Python project is to create a virtual environment for that project specifically. So today I'm going to show you how to make a virtual environment and talk about why you might want to use one. To understand virtual environments, let's first talk about the global installation of Python that exists on your machine. So if you've installed Python, this is the version of Python that runs anytime you run a script by default. Now, a virtual environment is going to be a separate installation of Python. And the reason you might want to do this is twofold. Personally, I like to keep my system as clean as possible. I don't want to install anything I don't have to. And this includes libraries for Python. So using a virtual environment allows me to segregate one installation of Python that's specific for a project. That way I can install any libraries I want, I'll know exactly where they are, and I can delete them as soon as I no longer need them. The second reason kind of ties into that first reason, in that for any given project, you might have a specific version of a library that you need. For example, if you are running a website using Flask, you'll want to keep a specific version of Flask for your website. That way, if Flask updates, your website doesn't break. So using a virtual environment allows you to keep a specific installation of a specific library for any project that you're using.
In order to create a virtual environment in Python, what you're going to need is the venv package. And I believe this comes standard with most installations of Python 3, but if you don't have it, you'll just need to use pip to install it. So you can say pip3 install venv. And you need to specify pip3, that way it knows that it's actually installing this for Python 3. And I am assuming that you're using Python 3. Once we have that, we're going to, first we'll check out my desktop so that you can see that there is nothing here. And what I'm going to do is navigate to the desktop, so cd desktop. And I'm going to make a new directory. And I'm going to call it environment. And then I am going to create the virtual environment in that directory that I just made. And what this is going to do is put the fresh installation of Python into that environment folder. So what I can say is python 3-m for make, venv, and I want it to go in environment. And before I run this command, let's take a look at the environment directory. It is currently empty. And when I run this command, it will load for a second. And now if I come back, we can see that it has been populated. And this is our new installation of Python. And we can see Python 3 right there. Now what I need to do is specify in my command line that that is the environment I want to use. So if I do that, let's just first, to test it, say which Python 3. And we can see that this is located in user bin Python 3. And that is the installation on my system as a whole. So it's not currently using the virtual environment I just created. So I need to say source environment /bin/activate. And now we can see these parentheses over here to the left. So it's specifying that that is the environment I'm currently using. So now if I type which Python 3, we can see that my Python installation is now located under users Eric desktop environment bin Python 3. So now I am successfully using this installation of Python. And any packages I install, such as pip3 install Flask, if I install Flask here, it will install only into this installation of Python. That keeps my global installation over here clean and free of any packages. So if I am using a specific version of Flask for my project, I can put it in this virtual environment and keep it separate. That way, if I update my global version, then I don't have to worry about it interfering with this version. So my environment is specific to this project. It will contain only the libraries that I need for that project, and it will contain the exact version of the library that I want for it as well.
So virtual environments are a very effective tool, both for keeping your base system clean and for giving specific versions of libraries to specific projects. So if this video was helpful for you, please leave a like. It helps me grow the channel and will help other people find it. Also, all of these videos are part of a bigger project where I am trying to create a company out of those 3 servers right there. So if you're interested in seeing that, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and if you're particularly enthusiastic, you can hit the notification bell. Again, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.